the Gospel at COLONUS.
Perfect.
People who know obscure musicals usually know one of three things about the Broadway musical The Gospel at COLONUS. One, The Gospel at COLONUS starred Morgan Freeman. Two, The Gospel at COLONUS was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Or three, The Gospel at COLONUS has a song that was featured in the movie Camp. If you knew one or more of the above facts, you just might be a nerd. Although, if you're here, chances are.
The Gospel at COLONUS opened at the Lunt-Fontanne in the spring of 1988. A gospel version of Oedipus at COLONUS. By Sophocles, the show had an acclaimed run at BAM in 1983, but didn't make the move to Broadway until 5 years later. Lee Brewer and Bob Telson created this musical. Morgan Freeman was actually just beginning to land acclaim at age 50, even after steady work as an actor for 30 years. That is a lesson to us all. He won an Obie for his role in the Gospel.
In addition to Morgan Freeman, the show starred Robert Earl Jones, James's father. A production of the show at Philadelphia's American Music Theater Festival was taped for PBS Great Performances, so you can see a video of the whole show. Critics and audiences who enjoyed the show loved how it made a parallel between the passion and reverence of ancient audiences for the tales of Greek tragedy and the passion and reverence of a modern church audience for the word of the Lord.
Bob Telson was an eclectic composer with Afro-American and salsa influences and played different kinds of music all over New York City prior to writing the Gospel. He said, "One of the great things about the success of the Gospel at COLONUS is that in a way it justifies my musical ramblings for the last 15 years. Sometimes after Latin gigs where I earned $40 for playing until 4 a.m., I felt I was being indulgent in wandering through the musics of the world in a hedonistic way without any direction. Lee Brewer helped me to crystallize all my knowledge into a musical."
Indeed, the music of the show is epic, beautiful, and thankfully preserved on a cast recording, which is apparently available on records, cassettes, and compact discs. I love 1988. Like, now they're like, it's digital download only, but I feel like in 88 you could get it in like a sneaker or a hat. Anything you want, we'll put it in it. Stephen Holden calls the cast recording a chance to taste one of the richest musical theater experiences of recent years.
The problem lay not in the writing, but in the way that the show attracted audiences. Once audiences of any cultural makeup were in the theater, they tended to like the Gospel of COLONUS, but it was publicized as an intellectual, religious piece that would appeal mostly to the black audience, so that's who came first. And there weren't enough of them interested to keep the show open more than a couple months. In addition, since 5 years passed, the production that arrived on Broadway was original, but its elements came less of a surprise to theatergoers. The show had lost an element of freshness and immediacy.
Interestingly, actual pastors appeared in the show alongside a 30-person religious choir. Oedipus was played by Clarence Fountain, who is blind, and the 5 Blind Boys of Alabama appeared in the show as well. This was very different from any other Broadway fare.
And the move to Broadway was spearheaded by a group of New York City ministers who found the show to be life-changing and had a large hand in getting audiences to the Lunt. Now, Stephen Holden wrote, "The Gospel at COLONUS is a good artistic sign in uncertain times. A musical theater that last year produced Sunday in the Park with George and The Gospel of COLONUS, 2 works that are both proudly experimental, but that come from almost opposite musical theater traditions. One European, the other Afro-American, cannot be in the state of terminal ill health that some believe." Now to sing "Let the Weeping Cease," Larry Owens.
The whole show's on YouTube, and I highly suggest you watch it and imagine it happening at the Lunt-Fontanne Theater.